When I moved into the gated lakeside community, I expected the usual HOA quirks, lawn height rules, paint color approvals, maybe the occasional letter about trash cans. What I didn't expect was an absurd curfew rule buried deep in the HOA's self-made bylaws, stating that residents must refrain from outdoor activity after 7 p.m. to maintain community peace. At first, I thought it was a joke, but a week in, I decided to test it by going for an evening jog along the lake at 7:30. I'd barely made it to the dock when 3 HOA board members, led by Karen herself, marched toward me with flashlights and clipboards like they were conducting a military raid. Karen shouted that I was violating the curfew and disturbing the neighborhood's harmony. Never mind the fact that the sun hadn't even set yet, and I told them to get off my back and kept walking toward my cabin, but that's when things turned ugly. One of the men stepped in front of me and shoved me backward. Another tried to grab my arm, and Karen waved her phone in my face, screaming that she was documenting this for evidence. That was their mistake. Years of military training kicked in, and in a matter of seconds, I disarmed the man grabbing me, stepped aside to avoid the other's tackle, and had both of them face down on the ground. Karen froze, her phone still up, but her voice cracking as she yelled for someone to call the police immediately. I told her that was the best idea she'd had all night and waited calmly until 2 sheriff's deputies arrived.
All the board
Members tried to spin the story, claiming I had attacked them unprovoked.
Oh.
But it only took the deputies a few questions and the fact that I had my own security camera footage of the entire incident to flip the situation. The video clearly showed them confronting and assaulting me first, making my actions purely defensive. In under 20 minutes, the 2 men were in handcuffs, charged with assault and battery, and Karen was issued a formal warning for harassment and abuse of authority. As the deputies led them away, she glared at me like I'd just burned down her house, but I simply waved and wished her a peaceful evening. Word spread quickly through the neighborhood, and not only did the so-called curfew vanish from the bylaws, but I also never got another late-night visit from the HOA again. Now, when I take my evening jogs, the only sound I hear after 7 p.m. is the quiet lapping of the lake and the sweet silence of my newfound freedom.